going to share my screen. All right, so I'm going to be going through one of my presentations, and I'm going to be showing you guys one of my formulas, and then I'm also introduce myself a little bit more as I go through this presentation, just so you guys can understand who I am, what I do, and how I provide value. And also, if it makes sense to listen to me, right? You want to make sure that you guys aren't wasting an hour of your time. You guys could be, on Netflix watching some shows. You could be on the phone with one of your girlfriends, gossiping, etc., whatever it may be. But I want to make sure I got you guys undivided attention. So my name is Jacoby. I'm behind a brand called Digital Brands, and I created a program called the Never Go Broke Again course. So I'm going to be going through some of those strategies that I do, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more insight about who I am throughout this presentation. And then at the end, we're going to save it for questions, and I'm going to not elaborate as much as I normally elaborate. I'm one of those really long-winded people. I like to talk about the finer details, but I'm just going to kind of zoom through this, and you guys got to take copious notes. So let's get right to it. All right, cool. All right, so again, my name is Jacoby. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to grow, fund, and market your brand, even if you have no following. All right, so this is my social media. So if you guys want to tap in with me on social, this is my brand, Cool Nerd. I am a playmaker. Me and some of my other counterparts, we rep a brand called Playmaker. So what we do is we teach people how to run plays with no delays. And as you see, this is my brand, my logo. We were having a conversation earlier on live, and I was asked, why do people call me a cool nerd? And my answer was, in 10th grade, my teacher called me the smartest dumb kid that she ever met. So I've been rocking with that moniker for the longest. All right, so here's my brand, guys. This is a brand that I co-own with me and some other counterparts, and it's called Digital Brands. What we do is we help businesses with marketing and funding. Some of my clients consist of Cardi B, Drea Michelle, Prima Donna, a ton of other celebrities that I can't even think about. But in today's training, I'm going to be showing you guys the exact methods that I show my clients with a 4-step formula. And the reason why my teacher called me the smartest dumb kid that she ever met is because I wasn't as studious as I should have been, but I was always really good with formulas and systems. I had really good memorization skills. So some of my friends call me a sponge. So I know some people that's in this chat that you didn't take out a pen and a paper yet. You like me, you're just gonna be a sponge, right? So before we get going, the formula that I'm gonna be talking about is BMF. So when you guys see BMF, what comes to mind when you see BMF? Drop it in the chat. Drop in the chat. What comes to mind when you see BMF, especially if you're from Atlanta? I'm in Atlanta right now. What comes to your mind when you see the word BMF? What y'all think about? Black Mafia Family. Look at her, Alex, first person, Black Mafia Family, the show, BMF. That's what comes to mind, BMF, Black Mafia Family. So we're not talking about Black Mafia Family right now. What we're talking about is branding, marketing, and funding. And here's the special at the end, systems. So without these 3 things, branding, marketing, and funding, you're going to be lost in the wind. You need all of these 3 things to have a successful business. And I'm going to be teaching y'all the sauce, right? I'm going to be giving y'all the Prego tonight on branding, marketing, and funding. And then I'm going to end it off with the S, which is systems. So what branding consists of is perception, imagery, reputation. Most importantly, branding, write this down. Branding is how people feel about you. What's a gut feeling that people think about when they think about you, right? So when you're starting a business, you want to focus on branding. Marketing, you need to have an offer, understand your target audience, and then you need to have a marketing strategy. So offer is what you're selling, target audience is who you're selling it to, and the strategy is to get it to them, get it to your target audience the most efficient and effective way. And I'm going to be teaching you guys that today in this training. And then funding. We all heard the saying, it takes money to make money, right? So you don't have to, but it accelerates your success if you have the bag. It's easier to get the bag if you have the bag, right? So we're going to be talking about relationships with funding, what matters. People think that a credit score really matters, but it's not so much as credit score. That's a myth. I'm going to be breaking that myth today on how to get funding. It's not about your credit score. Then also we're going to be talking a little bit about sequencing and how to really get to the money. And then also, because I have an agency, I'm really proficient when it comes to building out systems. I understand the psychology behind lead magnets, funnels, and automation. We're going to get right to it. So it's usually 4 types of people in this world. You're either time rich and cash rich. I want you guys to read this as I'm going. Time rich, cash rich. You're either time poor and cash rich, or you're time rich and cash poor, or you're time poor and cash poor. Now, the person who's time rich and cash rich, they're the person that's most likely to succeed. Why? Because they have the bag, right? The person who's time poor and cash rich, they're more likely to hire somebody. They have the money. They say, listen, I don't got time to do all of this. I'd rather just spend some money, get an expert to do it, and I'm done. Then the person, some people are time rich and cash poor, which means they have the time to learn. They have the time to get on the trainings. They have the time to be on YouTube University, but they don't have the bag to pay anybody. So they're going to be spending more time trying to learn and go all over the place on Google and all these different locations trying to find the info. And then there's some people who are time poor and cash poor. Now, the thing, if you're time poor and cash poor, you have to change. You have to do something or you will fail. You need to either make some money or make some time, right? I know it's right after Valentine's Day, but I'm not going to hold y'all hand. I'm just going to keep it real. It's 3 different types of people in this world. Is this you? So based off of what I just said, some people are do-it-yourself personalities. A do-it-yourself personality person, listen, you're big on, you have the skills, etc., right? You guys snap, take a picture. But then there's some people that are do it with me. They want to learn, they have some skills, but they don't mind paying a little extra for you to hold their hand, right? They don't mind paying a little bit of extra. They want some instruction and guidance, but they don't mind paying. Then there's some people who are, you know what? Listen, I got the bag. I don't want to pay to learn. I don't want to do it myself. I just want to pay you to do it, right? Do it for me. Those are 3 different types of people. So you guys need to figure out which one you are, because I'm going to show you 3 different options in this presentation. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to lock in with me as an authority in my space, right? So I've been doing this for damn near almost 10 years now. And I've been able to create a pretty good lifestyle for myself. And I'm going to show you guys some of that as we go. So listen, number 1, the people, if this training isn't for you, I want you to log out. But if it is for you, I want you to stay in. So this training is for you if you have a business idea and you know all you need is the right plan and the money to go to the next level. This training is for you. This training is for you if you already selling a product or a service online, but you don't know how to scale it. You're like, damn, I got a good idea, but I just don't know how to take this to the next level. And also this training is for you if you've been wondering how to take it to the next level. I'm gonna show you guys how to do just that. But I want y'all to interact with me. I need to make sure that y'all in the room and I got y'all undivided attention, right? What's the most important thing in a company? What's the most important thing a company needs to stay in business? Can y'all talk to me for a second? Talk to me for a second. What's the most important thing that a company needs to stay in business? Talk to me. Customers, clients, product. All right, those are all inventory. Those are all great answers. All right, y'all been doing y'all study. Who we got in here? Y'all smart. Profit, marketing, systems. Yeah. Everything that you guys said is 100% correct. All right. Nobody said money because, you know, usually you need money. I don't know if anybody said money, but besides money, because you need money. You need money to stay in business because you need your mental space to be right? You ever been in a situation where you're trying to make money, but you're stressed? That's the worst feeling in the world when your mental health not right. Because I'm in the digital marketing space, I'm a nerd, right? So as a nerd, I understand one of the most important things you need into 2023 to differentiate yourself from your competitors, you need the data. You need the data, tomato, whatever it is, you need the data. If you don't know your numbers, you can't grow your numbers, guys, ladies. If you don't know your numbers, you can't grow your numbers. And why is that important? Because ownership is the key to wealth, right? I'm going to show you guys in this training on how to own your own data, right? If you guys want to learn how to own your own data, I got to make sure that y'all are here with me. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all want to learn how to own your own data, because the leaders of data right now is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google. If y'all want to learn your own data, I got to make sure y'all excited to learn how to own your own data. Right now, all your data is rented. All of y'all are renting data right now. Y'all on Instagram renting. If Instagram cuts your page off right now, you guess what? You kicked out. Y'all renting. You're on Facebook renting data. You're on YouTube renting data. We got to own our data. Let's own some data, guys. Ladies, let's own some data. All right, let's get to it. The way that you own your own data is you have to have an email list. You have to have an SMS list, and it starts with your content creation. So you're never going to get anybody to email you. You're never going to get anybody to text you if you're not creating value on the front end. Somebody drop value. But here's the thing. We have a lot of mental roadblocks online when it comes to creating content. I'm gonna give you guys some strategies on how to get straight to the content process, right? So it's a couple different things that you can do to capture emails. You can do giveaways. You can do contests. You can have this thing called a lead magnet, right? You can have a pocketbook or a small ebook that gives away 5 things on how to build your real estate company, 3 strategies on how to be the best cook, 10 ways on how to fire your boss and never work a job again, right? You have to have a freebie to collect the emails, to collect the SMS, to collect the data, right? But nobody is going to be interested in your freebies if you're not putting out good content. So it's a new program that's out, that's really popular, that's changed the game for marketers, called ChatGPT. I don't even have that inside of my training, but a ChatGPT is a cheat code, right? And that's a whole nother training. I can't even get into that bag. You guys got to go learn it on your own because that's not a part of my presentation, but that's a cheat code when it comes to creating content, right? And one of the specialties that I have is I focus on media buying. So if it's anybody in this chat that understands real estate, the name of the game in the real estate, in the physical real estate world, is buying up property in physical locations. The same thing happens on the internet. Is your goal is to buy up spaces on the internet, to buy up spaces inside of people's mind. If you can stay consistent online and you're dropping content consistently, you're basically buying up real estate in someone's mind that if you're providing so much value whenever it's time for them to spend money, you've bought up enough media. Either you did it through paid advertising by paying like an agency, right? You pay an agency to help you get your information out more vastly, or you just get in the algorithm and you go viral. But you have to get your property, your mental property, your mental content out into everybody else's mind, right? So I asked you guys a question earlier. What do companies need to stay in business? And you guys gave me some amazing questions. Amazing answers. You gave me some amazing answers. So I'm gonna ask you, why do more than 80% of businesses fail within the first 3 years? Right? Here are some reasons right here. These are some reasons right here. I'm gonna name one. You guys can take a look at that, but I'm gonna just name one. It takes about $80,000 on average to start a successful business. $80,000. We're in a very special space right now, right? Our parents, they used to have to really get it out of the mud. Where they would have to have 50,000, they have to go get a loan, get a loan at the bank. They had to have all these things in order. And especially if you were urban, you Black like me, we understand a lot of the hardships that our parents, grandparents were having when it came to getting money lent to them, right? So now we're in a space where it's not as hard to get money, right? Of course, we're in some tough economic times where it's a little bit more difficult. That's why you work with experts who understand the sequencing and stuff like that, right? So listen, guys, I'm so used to saying guys. So listen, ladies, the choice is yours, right? Some people are halfway through this presentation. You may already have certain negativity in your mind. You're like, oh, here's another presentation, right? I may not be interested in it. I don't even care what he's talking about. But then there's some people saying, you know what, I'm tapped in. I don't know where he's going with this, but I'd rather focus on the unknown positivity than the certain negativity, right? The certain negativity is just being where you're at and being stuck and doing the same thing over and over again. All right. And this is one of the formulas that I learned, right? I'm really big on formulas. It's 4 steps in life. You're either unconsciously incompetent, you're consciously incompetent, you're consciously competent, or you're unconsciously competent, right? I think this is kind of self-explanatory. I won't dive deep into my bag, but these are stages of your mind as you're growing and developing. So again, so far, I hope everybody has grabbed a pen and a paper. They paused everything. Hopefully I've captured your attention enough. You have your phone on Do Not Disturb, and you're still writing those questions down and saving them to the end, because I am going to do a Q&A at the end. That's why I'm going to be like speedballing through this presentation. Again, this is me. My name is Jacoby. People call me the cool nerd. I'm an ex-car salesman turned seven-figure entrepreneur. I've worked with over 5,000 brands since 2015. I've worked with a ton of celebrities. I've built a ton of brands. I built the recession-proof website brand. I built the Wall Street Trapper website brand. I built the Earn Your Leisure website brand. I've done, man, I can't even remember. I've worked with a ton of people, but most importantly, I'm working with you ladies tonight. And I'm a firm believer that documentation beats conversation. When it comes to the digital design world, I'm him. I'm telling you guys, it's when it comes to branding, I'm him. So if you guys have thought about starting a website, whether it's a beauty brand, physical brand, whatever, you're in the right place. I've helped women make millions of dollars online selling hair weave. I've helped women make millions of dollars selling fitness belts, etc. I've dominated the market for years when it comes to those spaces. So this was my first journey into the entrepreneurship space as far as my own e-commerce store. Was in 2016. I started my first store where I made my own money. I made $683 and I thought I was the man. But little after that, I started building other brands and I was able to build a dope agency. And so far under my agency, between all of my clients, we've been able to amass over $50 million in online sales. So this is me, my job when I was working here. I don't have any old pictures because I was always avoiding photos, but I started off selling cars when I first moved to Atlanta at this location, Gwinnett Place Ford. And then I started this little hat brand while I was at Gwinnett Place Ford. And I had all the influencers wearing my hats, from B. Simone to Libra Galore. I was a part of a bunch of different viral campaigns. And I went from being overworked and underpaid to actually having money, just being, I moved into a condo. I had a lot of, yeah, anyway, you get it. So I consider myself the unique messenger, right? And my book is going to be dropping this year. I'm going to be exposing a lot of secrets that the rich don't want you guys to know. So I'm going to be giving you guys an opportunity to jump on my VIP list for my book when it drops. So this is my first time having a seven-figure client. I helped my client go from pawning her furniture to paying her rent. This is the first time I helped somebody make $1 million. Once I did this, I was like, okay, I know something. Again, these are some of the clients that I work with. Shane Justin, Finance Girls, Lust Models, Ming Lee, Diamond Dynasty, Earn Your Leisure, Recession Proof. I built relationships with a ton of different people. Some of these people you may know. I think a couple of these people you guys are actually talking with. I think you guys are going to be talking with my boy Marcus, or you already talk with Marcus. You probably talk with Runway. But yeah, I've been able to build relationships with a lot of dope people. I've been featured in a ton of different articles online, which is really cool. This is my first seven-figure year individually by myself, was doing the pandemic. This is when I first made my first seven-figure year selling my own courses, right? So that was pretty cool. Again, been featured on different press, right? I don't know who I thought I was, right? But I've been recognized by Shopify for having one of the fastest growing digital marketing agencies, and I do it with a formula. And one of the things that I help clients with is an EPD play. So if any of you ladies are looking to sell digital products, but you have all of this knowledge in your mind and you can't figure out how to extract this knowledge, package it, and deliver it, and you know you have some game and you know you want to start a course, but you just can't figure out how to format it in a way where you feel confident that it's going to be digestible for your audience. Me and my business partner, you guys may be familiar with him. His name is CEO Matty J. That's my brother. We created a program where we help you monetize your knowledge for the most part. We believe that one of the most monetizable things that you can ever have is your experiences and your story. So if there's anyone on here that's halfway through and you're looking to just monetize your knowledge, just DM me the word EPD, and then I'll share with you guys on how to do that. And I'll be super transparent. I'm gonna get you right to the price. I don't wanna waste your time. In order for us to do that for you, what we do is we create you an ebook. We help you an ebook, and we help you create a physical book to get you a physical book for your community. And we give you a marketing strategy and even a 2-page funnel. And we do that for $6K. So if you're not prepared to do that right now, just hit me up when you're ready. But if you're ready right now, that's EPD. You can DM me that. And that's what we'll do. We can help you out with that. But one of the things that I strive in is e-commerce. What is e-commerce, right? Let's figure out what e-commerce is. E-commerce is companies and individuals that buy and sell goods and services over the internet. The e-commerce industry is a $4.89 trillion industry, and by the end of 2023, it's going to be even higher, right? Or no, about the end of 2023 is a $4.89 trillion industry. So it's more than enough for everyone to get a part of that success. So I'm a little bit different than a lot of people online because I have real services, right? It's a lot of people who have courses, but they don't have real services. I remember I had an opportunity to be on $1 million worth of game, and the person who called me and invited me, he said, the reason why I called you is because you're one of the only people who have a real business, right? You're not just selling credit repair, right? Or you're not to disrespect anybody, but you're just not doing services that don't, necessarily give tangible products, right? I have website development, et cetera. So I have real services. So I build brands. I help people with funding in-house. We do automation. We help you with market. We scale. We do everything, right? Not everything, but we basically focus on brand development. And for the people who are in the chat, stay with me. I do have a giveaway at the end, so be prepared to get some freebies, right? And Tony Robbins is the person that I listen to. He says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So I know you're thinking like, damn, we've gotten a lot, but we ain't even really got started yet. So before we even go crazy, let me see what's in the chat. Need help selling my hair weaves. Need help selling your hair weave. I need this. I love my business. All right, cool. Brand president is my guest. All right, cool. Y'all going in. I want to make sure I ain't missed nothing. All right, cool. So I'm gonna talk about the mindset of a marketer. And this is really important because for anybody who's in real estate, if you ever ride around with somebody who's in real estate, they are annoying. You want to know why? Because they see properties, they're like, oh, I bet you I can invest into that and we can make some money. Or they'll look at a font on the door and they'll be like, gentrification is about to happen over here. They know everything because they do real estate. So every time they're seeing things happening, they're always talking about investing in business opportunities, but they can't help it because they see the world differently. So because I deal with so many clients, can we all agree that I probably see things a little bit different when it comes to just looking at your website, when it comes to looking at your social media, when it comes to looking at your funnels? My mindset is just a little bit different. Does that make sense? That makes sense? If it makes sense, just drop a 1 in the chat. Does that make sense? Right? I work with so many clients and I see so many case studies and I see so much data is that I don't have to do the guesswork, right? I am speaking based off of the numbers, based off of conversions and just having so much info, right? Makes sense, right? So let's get right to it. So this is typically how it works when it's on your social media. Your people, everybody that follows you, or before they follow you, they look at your page, they're going through your content, they're a little suspicious, they're like, So they just, I'm not sure. And then, they like, all right, they follow you. They're like, okay, I'll give you a follow. So now this person is a lead. Now they're looking at your content. Now they're being a prospect. They're seeing you consistently dropping content. You got to continue to drop that value over and over again. And eventually your goal is to make them a customer. Even if they don't pay for anything, if you can get their phone number or their email, they're potentially a customer because now they're in your ecosystem, they're in your funnel. But if you provide them enough game, enough value through nurturing your audience, they eventually become a raving fan. They're ready to buy up all your products, right? It's a lot easier to get a customer to buy from you the second time than it is to buy from you the first time. I personally say, if you have some authority, you don't want to give something necessarily away for free because people who pay attention. So I recommend you having a paywall to a lot of your services and not just giving it away for free. And if you're giving everything away for free, that means you're scared to ask for the money. I have some of my students who say, I'm not making enough money. And I say, it's because you're not asking for the money. You have to ask for the money, right? So And the reason why a lot of us are afraid to ask for the money is because a lot of us still have that employee mindset. And then when it gets to being self-employed, that means we really don't have a lot of time. We just kind of own a job. I first seen this in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? You guys are familiar with this book. So our goal is to be on the right side of the quadrant. I won't get into too much detail on that, but that's where we want to be. So I want to know who currently in the chat, who currently has a business. And if you have a business, drop in the chat what your business is. So I may even touch on those businesses as I'm going through this. I'll be able to give some analogies, talk about your businesses. So anybody in here selling full-time hairstylists and wigging? Okay, social media coaching, graphic design. What we got? What we got? Who has a business? Spa owner, hair salon. Okay, health and wellness. Custom cake, shoe boutique, certified financial consultant, teeth whitening, aesthetics. Okay. All right. So we have people with services, and we have people with digital products, and we have people in here with physical products. We have an array of different business models. Wow. Wow. We have an array of different business models, but guess what? Everything that I'm going to be teaching you guys today is going to work for each industry. So let's get to it. All right. So most of us, what we want out of life, we want upgraded relationships, freedom of time. We want to live a WFA lifestyle, and we want a better mindset. A WFA lifestyle. I want y'all to get on y'all pen and paper. I want y'all to write down WFA lifestyle, which means work from anywhere. I know a lot of y'all want to work from anywhere. I get it. But the way that you do it is understanding formulas. So here's a formula: product, place, promotion, price. Product, place, promotion, price. But the most important P is the people, right? So you have to understand who your target audience is. You have to understand who your target audience is. I won't go through all this text, but product, place, price, promotion. Product, place, price, promotion, people. Yep. So again, the training that I'm giving you, will this work for anyone? Yes, it will, even if you have no following. This is something I got from my guy Marcus. He talks about the old way of building a brand. Basically posting, networking, YouTube, Google posts, set up a calendar for anyone. No, we're not doing that. You're online, your goal is to have an online vendor booth, right? So for everyone, all these different business models, all you guys understand that a platform that's driving the most traffic until 2023 is social media. So all of these different business models, everybody that made it to this chat tonight is trying to figure out how to drive more traffic to your business. I'm going to show you how to do that. You have to be extremely picky with your customers. So if you're talking to everyone, then you're talking to no one. That's not good branding. Good branding is understanding that you have to be picky with your customers. I've made several mistakes and lost millions of dollars because I wasn't picky with my customers. Now I'm at a space where I get to be extremely picky with who I work with, extremely picky on who I work with. So for years, I only focused on business owners who were beauty brands, who were hair companies for years. That was my only clients that I would work with. If you weren't a hair company, I really didn't take you on as a client because it was too difficult to learn a new niche. Recently, I transitioned into entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, and business owners who are looking to monetize social media. The reason why I chose this niche is because these people have more money to pay me. When I was focusing on e-com, a lot of my e-com clients were brand new business owners. But when I transitioned to entrepreneurs, coaches, and authors, because I built so much authority in this space, I had to ask myself, is it easier to make 10,000, like the same time it takes to make 10,000, the same time it takes to make 1,000, right? So I just changed my target audience and understand that if I could help somebody solve a big enough problem, then I can get paid more. So most people are trying to figure out how to make more money on social media. So out of all that experience that I learned from building all of these brands, I've been able to collect a lot of this data where I can just look at something and know exactly what's wrong. And I can do a change, and then within a week or 30 days, I can help someone get results, right? So the more niche you are, the more money you make. The more niche you are, the more money you make. Somebody drop in the chat, riches are in the niches. Somebody drop that in the chat. All right. So let me make sure y'all drop it in the chat. Let me see. Let me make sure y'all with me. Riches are in the niches. All right, cool. Yes. All right, cool. Make sure y'all with me. Facts. All right, so what we're going to be talking about now, ladies, is the attract attack. Attract attack. When you're looking cute and pretty, you ain't got to do the most. You just going to attract what you want. The people who you really want to do business with, they're gonna come to you. But you got to have the right marketing message. So I want you ladies to understand one of the most important things when it comes to building a brand. One of my skill sets is copywriting. I remember my mentor telling me years ago, the first mentor that I met, he said, if I could do business the way that I talk to women, I would be extremely successful because I just had a way with words. And he said, if you can do that in business and learn how to do that in a business way, then you will have a successful business. And once I understood the power of words, that's when I was able to take my business to the next level. When I started doing copywriting for my clients, I studied this immensely. I studied how to write, how to position, how to frame. So copywriting is one of the most important things when it comes to building a brand, is your messaging, right? So you guys can take a picture of that. And here's an example of good copywriting and bad copywriting. So because I'm a developer, I also understand UX and UI. UX stands for user experience and UI stands for user interface. So here's an example of bad UX, right? You guys can see it. I don't have to read it out. I just want you to look at that. Just because of the time, I'm not going to go through this. I want you to look at it and you guys can get the point, right? You see the clear difference there. Here's another example of bad UX. So most business owners, you're a business owner. I don't expect you guys to know these things. It's not your job to know these things. That's why you hire someone who's proficient in this arena to do these things for you. That's why the value comes into hiring the right team who can come in and understand copy, who can understand positioning, colors, strategic things to help the one incremental things that can produce massive results, right? I want you to just see it, but I will go through this. Here's an example of why you hire a professional. So this is what the typical business owner would do. This is what I do. This is what it does. This is why it's cool. When you hire someone, this is what they'll say. This is what you're facing. This is how I can help you solve that. This is what differentiates me. This is why this product is right for you, right? If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down so far, drop some fires in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down so far. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down so far, drop some fires in the chat. All right, cool. All right, ladies. Yeah. Let's get it. All right, so I'm curious, based off of you seeing how important, we all see how important a copywriter is by now. So because we understand how important a copywriter is right now, how much do you think is worth to pay a copywriter annually? If you, for your business, for the people who, let's see what kind of businesses we got. We got travel agents. We got people who do business credit, taxes, bookkeeping, teeth whitening, financial consultants, shoe boutiques. For the people who do all of these dope things, how much would you pay somebody to write you fire-ass copy annually? Y'all drop a number in the chat. How much would you pay somebody annually, right? How much do you think that person should make per year? 100K if I had it. They got to get 6 figures. Why? Because they're responsible for getting you your sales. 100K. Somebody say, I'll pay them 30K. I pay them 30K a year, right? 30K. What's 100K? What's that? 8K a month? I think there's 8K a month. So Linda is saying, I'll pay somebody 8K a month to write dope copy for me. 8K a month. So Carmisha is saying, I'll pay them 30K a year. So Carmisha, if they making you a 20% of what I'm making. Erica, I like Erica. Erica came in with the percentages. What you do, Erica? What you got going on? What you got going on? She came in with the percentages, 20% of what I'm making. Okay. All right, cool. This is on average what a copywriter makes on average a year. $67,000 a year on that's like the average. On the high end, a copywriter can make like 120K, 28K. On the low end, a copywriter can make 42K. But here's the funny thing. People want to grow their business and they want to make money, but they don't want to pay nobody. What? How you trying to grow your business? How you trying to make more money? You trying to do it all yourself. I get it if you don't have the money, but if you don't have the money, guess what you can do? You can leverage your credit, right? We're all at a position where at some point in time, we're old enough to understand how important credit is. Credit is almost like in spades pulling out the joker. I'm talking about the big joker, right? You pull that card out when you need it to level up. Y'all pull that card out when y'all need it to level up. So even if you don't have the bag, you got to get your credit right to get the bag. And somebody in here said that they do credit. And then they said they do business credit so they can get y'all that big bag. So when you in this community, you got to network with your people because that's where the money's at. So listen, this is how what I'm talking about works. I'm talking about client attraction, guys. I'm talking about picky marketing and client attraction. So when you got great copy, you can capture and you can bribe your people into giving you their information. You can give value. You can give value in exchange for information. And you do it with a funnel. So at the top of the funnel, these are the different platforms that you have at the top of the funnel. You got LinkedIn, you got YouTube, you got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got Pinterest. You got all these different platforms that mess up your mind. But how do you get them to convert? How do you get your dream customers? How do you have a funnel to get them down? I'm gonna show y'all the funnel. Y'all ready for the funnel, man? Strategy number one, I just talked about it. I talked about the OPM method. The OPM method. Building your personal credit up and leveraging your personal credit to build your business. I personally am not a credit expert, so don't ask me a bunch of questions. I'm not, y'all have people in the community that do that, but I'm just telling you what I did. So this is what you need to do to boost your score. Pay your damn bills. If you're trying to boost your score, pay your damn bills. Somebody say in the chat, pay your bills. Or if you got the credit people, get them to wipe it off. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there's ways to do that. I don't know those ways to do all of that stuff to get your credit wiped and all that good stuff, but make more money, get a second job, sign up for to build your credit. You can either do a DIY by fixing your credit yourself. Inside of my course, I do have a DIY credit builder inside of my course. It's a dispute flow. I bought it from somebody for a very nice, pretty penny, and I give it away in my course for free. And it teaches you step-by-step the letters. But here's the thing about doing things yourself. My dad used to always tell me when I used to go cut the yard and I used to mess it up, slap me upside the head. Boy, if you did it right the first time, you wouldn't have to do it again. So sometimes you just got to pay people to do that, right? And if you're in just such a bad situation where your credit is just all jacked up, you can look into getting a bankruptcy attorney. I don't know enough knowledge behind that to really like consult you guys. So I would say that's always an option. So if you feel like you up to here in debt and you're struggling, I'm not telling y'all to do that, but I'm just saying do your own research. But some people forget that even exists. I'm just trying to give y'all some life lessons. So listen, today, I'm going to be teaching y'all how to build a profitable business. We're going to talk about the building credit part a little bit, turning the credit into cash, starting a business to invest into a business, right? So here's some things that I did. I signed up for a bunch of credit unions. One of the credit unions that I used was Navy Federal. I got my business funding together. I signed up for nav.com. I got net 30 accounts and I started building my business credit up and I got a bag and I invested into my business. And once I got that money, I remember my first $50,000 check. I was like, I'm up. We made it. And I felt extremely successful until I remembered I had to pay that money back. So what do you ladies consider success? I can't jump into the chat to figure that out right now just because of time, because I want to have questions at the end. But let's keep it real. The average American can't afford a $1,000 emergency, right? So how do we break this poverty cycle? We break it with knowledge. But not only do we need to get the knowledge, because all of us know about credit, what do we need to do? We need to apply this knowledge, right? So I am going to ask you ladies this question, pop quiz, right? That's what I'm talking about, Marquita. See, I don't know nothing about this stuff. I don't know nothing about bankruptcy, but I know some people they feel like they out of it. So I was like looking it up and I was trying to find a solution. So consult with somebody, right? Which one is easier? Which one is easier? Making 100K from zero or making 100K from 100K? All right, cool. I do know that. I do know that's easier. All right. So here's the OG strategy. So the OG strategy is becoming an AU or purchase trade lines. It's the OG strategy. Write a good business plan. Also start an LLC or S Corp. And here's a business plan that I used to get my first loan at Wells Fargo. I use this business model. It's called the Lean Startup Method. It was created by a guy named Eric Ries. It breaks down pretty much the segments that you need to get a business plan versus trying to write out a long business plan. Again, this is not my bag. I'm just giving y'all some advice on what I did to go get the bag. And then also, you got to understand SOPs when you're building your business. So for me, my business scaled up when I started getting standard operating procedures. And then also, if you are interested in any of the services that I've showed you guys so far, I haven't got to the end of my presentation, but I do have an in-house funding person too. So if you don't have a relationship with any of those banks, I have an in-house funding partner where you can have at least like, I think it's like 620. Your credit score can be a minimum of 620. And it's a no credit check. Yeah, it's a no credit check soft pool where they can see what you can get funded for only my services. So if you were to get approved, let's say you wanted a website, let's say you wanted the EPD, let's say you wanted to any of these services that I'm talking about, and you don't want to go to like an outside lender, we lend in-house, and it's a soft pool and doesn't check your credit. And all you have to do is have a 620 credit score and be making at least $35,000 a year. You scan this and it'll let you know within like 10 minutes what you're approved for if you wanted to pay for any of my services, right? So listen, so far I've gave you just some strategies on getting funding. Go away with these strategies, implement them on your own. But this is the exact blueprint that I used to build my first, build my business and make 6 figures. That was the blueprint. So, is it worth it to skip past 5 years? So I'm going to be talking about strategy number 2, how to build relationships with your dream customers and to get them to become raving fans and paying customers. So this works even if you have less than 1K followers. Again, capture their information, create consistent, valuable content. And I talked about getting an email list. Focus on collecting emails and SMS. That's if you're new in business, you got to get the emails. You can't just be trying to get the sale. If you're just trying to get the sale, you are killing your business. The data is so much more important. The sale is what you need to keep in business, but if you can get the data, you'll eventually make the money, right? Because it's all about the numbers. I forget who talked about 20%. Percentages is what matters. So if you're in the stock market, I also day trade. Percentages is how you equate things. So if you get 3,000 people, and if you know that all you have to do, if you know that you're going to convert at 3%, your goal shouldn't be how much money you need to make. Your goal should be, I need to get 3,000 emails because I know at least 3% of people are going to convert on my $100 offer. And if I can get 90 people at paying me $100 a month, I can get them, that's $9,000 a month, which means I'm making $108,000 a year. So you got to create an irresistible offer, right? So I skipped that, boom. So the focus is to make sure that you can automate your business. So studies show that 92% of people don't buy from your website the first time they see your website. It makes sense. Most of us don't buy the first time we see it. So you got to have a sales funnel. This is what a sales funnel. Think of a sales funnel as 2 employees, an assistant, a salesperson that works for you 24/7, 365 days without sick days, vacation, being lazy, clocking out, all of that stuff. That sounds good, right? And one of the ways that you create a funnel is at the top of your funnel. Top of funnel. So the top of funnel is your social media. So the acronym for that is TOF for social media. A way that you get people into your funnel is by doing crowd hacking. Somebody write that down on a piece of paper, crowd hacking. So I'm really good at crowd hacking. What I do is I get my crowd involved by asking them pertinent questions on what they think about my designs or what they think about some content, and I'll get them involved because people love giving their input and they love to be involved. So then when they drop a number, I could either I can DM them and say, hey, thanks for engaging with my content. Make sure you check out my free training, or I can lead them to an ebook. So this is something that I did. And this is a campaign that I did. I was able to make $267,000 in a short period of time just by doing this exact method with crowd hacking. Right? Because a lot of things are happening behind the scenes on autopilot. And what's happening behind the scenes is this thing called a value ladder. So most businesses, real corporations, they have a value ladder. When you come in and you spend a little bit of money with them, they're trying to figure out how to get you to the next amount of money. Now, I lost so much money in 2020 because I didn't have a value ladder set up. I don't know how much money I lost. Why? Because I had a free gift, then I had a first tier. I didn't have a second tier, a third tier, and a top tier. I just had a free gift and a first tier. But when somebody spends money with you, if you don't give them a second tier, guess what they're going to do? Somebody know what they're going to do? I want to see how many smart ladies we got in the chat. What do you think they're going to do if you give them a free gift and you sell them something on the first tier, but you don't have a second, third, and fourth? What you think they're going to go and do? go to somebody else. They're going to go to somebody else. Exactly. Somebody else. They ready to spend it. They ready to spend it. Customers are ready to spend it. I'm going to skip through this stuff. This is a lot of stuff for like how to get like ads and stuff just because of time, and I'm not going to go through the ad stuff. All right. So here's some receipts with the deets. Again, I own a marketing agency, but it's extremely hard to do marketing when you don't have the money to do marketing. A lot of marketing is all about testing. So when I switched from working with new entrepreneurs is when my business was able to scale up, because new entrepreneurs are too tied to their dollars. They don't understand that sometimes you got to spend 5,000, 10,000, 6, whatever, a couple thousand just to get the data. And if you're holding on to your own money, I get it, because that's hard-earned money. That's why I'm an advocate of getting the money and borrowing the money and leveraging that money to make more money. So these are some case studies. This is a client that spent $6,000. We were able to bring in $157,000 in 47 days with a 22 ROAS. That's return on ad spend. Another client spent $110,000 with us. We were able to bring in $632,000. Again, these are some numbers. I'm gonna just kind of slide through just because of timing. So one of the strategies, here's the game. I'm gonna get right to the game. This is the game. One of the strategies to make money, you have to tap in with influencers. So I was a part of some of the first viral influencer marketing campaigns on social media. One of my first viral campaigns was a campaign I did with my brother, CEO Matty J. We did the Dab and Center campaign. We made $2 million in 60 days. We had everybody on social media wearing this Dab and Center hoodie. At the time, TikTok wasn't even a thing. But right now, TikTok is. So one of the fastest ways to find influencers is going to ads.tiktok.com. And what you can do is you can organize it by industry, objective, likes, duration, in time, and you can find people in your industry to make ads for you and reach out to them directly, right? And then grin.co is another dope website. With this website, it's a middleman for content creators. So if you're scared that you're going to get scammed by content creators, you're not really good at negotiating, you can go right here on this platform, and they have access to a ton of influencers that you can look through, look at their numbers, and you can work with a manager and they'll do the managing for you. But of course, you got to pay a little bit of a cost for them to facilitate that for you. So those are two places. Another place that you can go is called Billio. Billio is really good at having everyday people, and they can create content for you. You just got to pay them to create content. That content is called UGC. UGC is the real sauce. So I'm telling y'all some game. Y'all write that down, UGC. And if you're looking for YouTubers, another website you can go to is called Channel Crawlers. So if you're trying to tap in with YouTubers, Channel Crawlers was really dope about that. You can literally type in your industry and you can find people who talk about beauty products, who talk about teeth whitening, who talk about finances, and you can click them, you can DM them, you can click their page, go to their about page, and you can email them and say, hey, what do you charge? I have formulas and like messaging on how to do all of that. I can't go through that right now. A lot of that stuff I got in my course, and I'm going to show you guys an opportunity to get my course at the end. But listen, you just need a product and you need money to pay for marketing. Why? Because people love shopping. Women are responsible for 80 cents on the dollar, spending 80 cents on the dollar. Why y'all spend so much money, right? Why y'all spend so much money? But that's why I chose working with women, beauty products. I knew my target audience, right? So here's some more receipts with the deets. This is a client that I'm working with right now. This was the last 30 days. They were able to bring in over 200K. Another client from November to December of last year, they were able to bring in 100K. Another client, 90 days, 300, thou wow. Again, this is my agency. If you need marketing and funding, we do a lot of things in-house. But I want you to think about it. What if you could buy your dream car? This is my dream car. I want the Ferrari with the doors that go up. I've already looked at it. It's about $7,000 a month. And that's one of my cars that I want. I also want a fly-ass crib. I want a pool. I want super modern. I don't know. I'm probably be out in Cali somewhere. That's one of my dream house. You know, I'm thinking it probably cost me like $50K a month. So let's get right to the giveaway. All right. So I created 3 ebooks in the last couple of years. I have all of this stuff in a book. It's called This Formula Made Me a Millionaire. So that's when I made my first 7 figures. I created that book online. Then Business Credit and Framework. I teamed up with a bunch of different clients who were really proficient in business credit and put the book together and gave a lot of knowledge and put it in to this one book. Same thing with the credit secrets. I have a huge network of all of these credit gurus, and I got a lot of their information and I put it into one book. So these were the 3 ebooks that I've been selling in the last couple of years. And this was my most successful book. Grab the tools I use to grow my business from 0 to averaging 70K a month, right? I put it all in this one book. And this book, I had a ton of reviews, everybody buying it, everybody reposting it, like screenshotting it. It was like going nuts, like going so crazy that it ended up making me over $400,000 in 1 year. From January 21 to February 2022, this ebook alone made me $430,000 just with an ebook. So if you ladies don't believe that an ebook is a bag, you are sadly mistaken. If you can put your knowledge into a digital product, right? And then don't let you put a physical book. If you get a digital book and then you drop on social media, the actual, hey guys, I have a physical book. They would eat it up if you presented enough value. So again, if you want that done for you, all you got to do is DM me on my personal page, EPD. I'll get you on a call with one of my team members and we'll get you started. It'll take literally 4 to 6 weeks to do that from front to end. But here's the thing. I want you ladies to text me right now. Text the word GROW and you'll be able to get all of those 3 ebooks. I've sold those ebooks individually from anywhere from $100 to $200. You can get all 3 of those ebooks and you can pay me whatever you want. So inside of the text that you're going to get is going to send you a link and it's going to allow you to pay what you want to pay me. So based off of the value that you got today, you can pay me whatever. You pay me $20, you can pay me whatever you want to pay, but you'll get all those ebooks. So it'll give you an option to do that. So take that number down while I'm looking at the chat. GROW, just text me the word GROW. Text the word GROW, right? Message sent, and it's going to send y'all a text message. Send y'all a text message. All right, I appreciate y'all. Y'all got it? All right, cool. If you are trying to just see if you pre-qualify for that in-house business funding, text the same number, but you want to text the word invest. Again, that's in-house business funding. That's not going through the lenders. That's just strictly for my services. So that way you don't have to get different loans from like different partners. That is, you can have a subprime credit score and it's a soft pull where it doesn't affect your credit at all. And we can see if you can get you funded for my services. So that could be getting you funded for the EPD. That can get you funded for us building you out an ebook. That can get you funded for us building you out an e-commerce brand, or it can get you funded for my team doing marketing for you, whatever it may be. So listen, we're getting towards the end of it. So based off of this training, I want to know, who do I have in the chat? Do we have DIYers? And if you're a DIYer, I have my course. In my course, I give everything that I talk about plus more. It's over 26 hours of content. I just gave y'all an hour worth of content. So I have over 26 hours. So if you're a DIY person, I'm going to show you my course. I'm going to make an offer to you ladies for my course. In my course, I talk about how to build your personal credit, how to build credit. This is video. This is not ebook style. This is video. How to build your business credit, how to choose your business model, how to market your business, how to create content, and how to scale your business. All this in my course. The price of my course is $997. It's a thou wow. It's a thou wow, right? Also, you get 4 weeks of private mentorship inside of my Playmakers community. You also get all of those ebooks, right? You're going to get them inside of the course anyway, right? No, do I put those ebooks? No, I didn't. I don't have those ebooks in the course. I'm tripping. So it's $1,000 for my course if you're just a DIY person. But if you're not a DIY person, you saying, Jacoby, listen, I don't have time to be looking through your content, looking through your videos. I need somebody to do this with me. I got you to do it with you. It's two ways to learn. It's from a mentor or from mistakes. Mistakes gonna cost you time and money. Mentor gonna save you some time, but it's gonna cost you some money. That makes sense? Does it make sense and sense? Does it make sense and sense, right? Let me see. Drop a 1 if that makes sense. Do it with me. If it makes sense and sense. If y'all want me to do it with you, it's gonna cost a little bit of money now, right? All right, let me see. Am I going back? Hold on. All right, so this is the do it for me process. If you want us to do it for you, it's really gonna cost you some money. So this is what we'll do if you wanted us to do it for you. Done for you service. This is basically building out your whole business from front to back. Somebody said that they would pay somebody $30K just for a copywriter. That's just for the copy. That's just for the person writing. Somebody else said they'll pay $100K just for the person writing. So a normal price, if someone was to come to my agency and wanted me to a la carte my services, I would charge you $5K for a landing page. I'll charge you $1,000 to do your ebook and your formatting. I would charge you $10,000 to do all of your copywriting for your emails, your SMS. I'll charge you another $10K to automate your business. That's basically writing out all your emails. I'll charge you $4K for a marketing strategy that you would have to do yourself. And I'll charge you $5K for a content creation strategy. My normal price for that would be $34,000, right? But today's price is $24,000. $24,000 to do all of that. You're like, man, Jacoby, what are you talking about? You crazy, bro? What are you talking? 24,000? You telling me you trying to charge me 20? Yes, that's my price. It's 25,000 to do everything for you. But listen, this is what it takes to work with me and work with my team. I'm not looking to work with anyone who has limiting beliefs. I'm not looking to work with anyone who's going to micromanage me or penny pinch. If you don't have at least 2 years of experience, unfortunately, we can't work together, right? If you don't have at least $15,000 to invest, or you don't have at least a 640 credit score to secure that funding or financing, right? So right now, before we get going, before we get going, right? Usually we have a drop off around. Oh, we still got 22 people in the room. You know what's crazy? By the time you start showing prices, like half of the room usually just disappears, right? Disseminates. Boom. But listen, one of my guys who I look at as a mentor from afar, right? He's so vigorous in his marketing, and one of his sayings is success loves speed. I'm truly believe success loves speed. Everybody that's in this training today, all my prices that I just quoted you, ladies, all of them, everything that I just quoted you, if you get started with me tonight, actually, no, yeah, tonight, I'll say you may need a day. I'll leave it open for like the next 4 hours, right? To tonight, it's 8 o'clock to like 12. Everybody, this is my current prices that I just quoted you, ladies. $997, $999.7, and $24,000. Those are 3 prices. $997 for the DIY, $997 for the do it with me, and then $24,000 for the do it for me. Just for being in the room, right? You know what they say all the time? You have to be in the room. You know how they talk about getting in the room, the importance of being in the room. That makes sense. Being in a room, y'all get 50% off. So anybody who gets any of the programs I've shown today, course is $497. You get it for 50% off. The do it with me process for whether it's EPD, if you want the EPD process, instead of like regular price, still do that for $5,000. I can't go any less than $5,000 for the EPD because that's a lot of work. We get you a digital book and we'll print you out a physical book. And if you want us to just automate all your emails, your SMS, write your copy out for you, design your website, all of that stuff, you get it for $12,500. So that's 50% off just because you ladies are in the room. All right, again, this is the no money down option. So if you want to get started with me and you don't want to go through any external lending options. You can click this and it's a soft pull. It does not affect your credit score. It'll let you know immediately what type of income you want. And all you can just basically put, if you're looking for $1,000, it'll give you the 1,000. If you're looking for 10,000, it'll tell you what you qualify for. If you're looking for the 12,000, I'll say you can put that too, right? That's if you don't want to go and use your own money. So right now we're going to get into a questions time and we'll go from there. All right. So yeah, we're going to get into a questions time. Actually, you know what? Before I get into questions, I'm going to tell y'all what are the typical questions before I answer some of y'all questions. So these are the typical questions is, do you have any guarantees? Yes. With my do it with me process, I'm so confident that I can make you money that instead of it just being like a 90-day mentorship program to working with you, if you don't make your money back within the first 90 days, I'm gonna have my team work with you until you make your money back. That's how confident I am in my processes. You guys can follow me at Coolest Nerd Ever, and you can DM me if you want to tap in with me. Hold on. At Coolest Nerd Ever. All right. All right. How will I get paid? Right? You got to do the work. I can't make you get paid. I can make you got to do the work. So I'm gonna show y'all the steps and the strategies to do the work. Will this work from anywhere in the world? Yes, you can be anywhere, you can do this. Will you have support? Yes, I have courses, I have everything. Anybody who pays for any of those higher ticket services, you automatically get access to my course. You get the course for free because I want you to have things that you can learn self-paced. Also, how do I get consistent sales? I have a formula and a framework on how to get consistent sales and how to build out that value ladder. Inside of my program for the Do It For You program at 12.5, we'll create your value ladder. We'll create your offers for you so you can have, it's called an ascension plan. We'll create your ascension plan for you. Will you learn how to run ads? I do have stuff on my course to teach you how to do that, but I recommend you just have enough money to hire a professional to save you a lot of the growing pains. Will you learn how to create funnels? Yes, I have all of that stuff that teaches you ladies how to do these things. But again, if you're a do it for me type of person, we can do all that stuff for you. And if you want to secure your deposit today, it's only a $500 deposit for any of these 3 services, because when you scan this QR code, you're going to get direct landing page to my course. The course is how to get consistent sales with branding, marketing, and funding, my BMF method. So scan this right now. And while you're scanning this, I'm going to leave this up and I'm going to answer any questions. Let's open the floor for questions. Ladies, thank you so much for listening to me. I know I'm a blabbermouth, but I'm excited. Let's see who we have for questions and let's get to it. Questions. Yeah.
Hello, I have a question. Thank you so much, Jacoby, for coming on and teaching us the game. My question is, okay, so I was taking notes, right, and you were saying like the words, like the you said that you were good with copywriting. I mean, you're pro with copywriting and stuff. So when with the first like scale, I mean the first slide that you had showed about like it just talking about the cell phone, like normally that's what people tell you to do, like try to reach the pain point and then I'll make your offer. I'll like say if I was making a caption, and for the good one it was just basically like almost like a story. So how do you feel about marketing when you're doing your caption and your words, like directly speaking to the audience, or using like versus using like your experience, like using the word I? Like I was told that you don't really supposed to use like I. You're supposed to kind of like bounce it back to your ideal client. How do you what you think about that?
No, that's a great question. So you're right on point with the problem. So remember I talked about formulas. So the formula is present the problem, provide the solution, explain your unique value, and then you do a call to action, right? So what you do is you tell the person that the problem that they're having, and then you tell them how to fix it, and then you explain what differentiates you or what's unique about you on why they should basically want to come to you to do it. And then you ask them to click the link in the bio. And if it's something that's why I say you have to have a low ticket lead magnet, because the higher the money is, the more friction it is for somebody to pull out their wallet. So with the copywriting, nowadays, the cheat code again is Chat GPT. So again, that's a whole nother training. That's like a very intense training. But with Chat GPT, the cheat code that you have, let's say if you are a content creator, you're trying to, well, actually, you know what, tell me what you do. What do you do? And I'm gonna talk exactly about your niche.
Okay, so really what I'm really doing right now is I'm community building and team building. I am a network marketer, right? But I haven't been recruiting, so now I'm starting to recruit. Like I'm not even really go focus on the product sells itself. So I'm really trying to recruit. But within my team, I think my unique stance with building my team is that when you come to me, I'm gonna help you build your business credit, help you, start even your network marketing business as a legit business, So that's like kind of like my unique stand. But basically, yes, network marketing, and I'm trying to get teammates.
So what I would do is I would talk about I would go to Chat GPT and I would say, what are common problems in network marketing? What are the top 10 problems when trying to become a network marketer? And then I would say, one of the number one problems when we're trying to become a network marketer is not having a good leader. When you don't have a good leader, then you're wading in the water, you're going astray. You don't have a captain. One of the best ways to sail your ship would be having a great captain. Over here at X, Y, and Z, we have the best captains on the planet. I'm just making sure we have the best captains on the planet. And if you want to work with the right captains, then go ahead and click the link in the bio, right? Of course, it would be like something of that manner. It's just in that flow, right? You would present the problem, look at Chat GPT saying what problems are people having, right? Or most people have a problem with getting two people, where the reason why you can't get two people is because you don't know X, Y, and Z. Here we have a framework that teaches you how to do X, Y, and Z. And if you want to learn it, all you have to do is click the link in the bio and get get our pocketbook for the 5 steps on how to do it. So that's how you do that.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. You want to join my team? It's called Forever Young and Free. I'm just playing, but yes, thank you so much. That was amazing.
All right, cool.
All right, y'all. You guys don't have any more questions for him. We're going to wrap up. Thank you so much for coming on and giving them this information. And I feel like you make it easy for people who don't want to do it themselves, who want to either do it with help or do it, just having somebody to do it for them, because not everybody wants to figure it out on their own. So I appreciate you giving them this opportunity to learn from you and to get the value from you.
Wait 1 second. I did have a question.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
put it in the chat. What's the interest rate if we choose to allow you to do it through your funding for the 12-5?
Oh, sorry about that. I see that. So it's all depending on what your credit score is. It's pretty fair. It's could be anywhere from 3% to 15%, depending on what your credit situation is. So it's more so about the credit report than the credit score. So like I said, that's I don't really get into that bag really heavy just because of timing. But if you have some decent credit, you'll easily get approved with a decent interest rate. And of course, because it's a soft pull, you'll be able to make a decision without moving forward. So if you decide you don't want to move forward and you rather just do your own thing, like let's say you have your own lending, that's totally fine. But the cool thing about doing it in-house with me is that you will have a payment plan and they'll just send me the money. You don't have to worry about transferring the money. So let's say if it's for the EPD and you wanted to apply for us to build out your course and it's $6K, they'll send me the $6K and then you'll just have a payment with them, let's say $200, $300. And now in that process, we will already have your marketing program rolling and you'll be making money, being able to easily pay off that balance.
Okay, so for the 12.5, that includes everything, correct?
Yeah, we build out everything for the 12.5. We build out everything. Your landing page, we write your copies, your emails. You'll get, we'll write out 9 follow-up emails for you. Get all your SMS done, design your landing page, website, everything. You literally, then you get access to me for consulting. So just for that consulting, I'm going to be helping assist you with some marketing strategies, et cetera, because then now you're part of my family.
Okay, perfect. And we can reach you through, wait, I got the text message.
So that one is just for the ebook. You can either DM me or you can.
No, for everything.
For everything. If you go
so
to my
just
link,
send your DM.
well, you can even go to my link in my bio.
Okay.
My link in my bio says digital brands. And if you go through, it's going to ask you for like four questions. It's going to ask you for your name, your phone number, your email address, and what are you looking for? And you're going to book a call. But if you're serious today, as far as the price, we need to get you talking to you by tomorrow. So DM me and let me know you came from the Girl Mob. And then I'm going to get my team member to speak with you, and we'll go ahead and get you started and get you onboarded.
Got it. So after that soft pull, then you guys do a hard?
If you decide to move forward with the money, then it will go to a hard pull.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. And then the last thing was some people were saying they weren't getting the response from the text message.
What the heck? If you're not getting a response from the text message, just DM me, please. And then I'll send you guys the link personally. So that's at Coolest Nerd Ever. Freaking technicals.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much. If anybody does have any more questions, we're going to wrap it up here. And we're going to be done for tonight.
Man, I appreciate you ladies. Thank you so much. Happy
No
Valentine's.
problem. And this is going to go up as a replay in our community. So you'll probably get some responses later on for those who couldn't catch the live class.
All right. All right. Listen, man, I appreciate you ladies. Happy Valentine's Day again. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for taking
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye, ladies. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right, thank you, Jacoby.
the time.
Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.